That's interesting. But I'm not live. Oh, yes, I am. Well, praise the Lord. We are most definitely live. And welcome to Let's Talk. And welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn Hicks. And welcome to Let's Talk.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
And welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn Hicks. And in the studio with us today, we have none other than this amazing, phenomenal woman of God herself, Dr. Marva Terry Hill. Let's give it up.
Thank you. I am truly honored to be able to be here tonight. But guess what? We have a change of venue tonight.
Yes.
Tonight, you are not the host. I am the guest host for the evening.
Wonderful.
And the reason for that is because we're going to talk, Houston. Let's talk, Houston. We're going to talk, Houston, about Dr. J. Lynn Hicks.
Wow.
That's what tonight's program is going to be about. So I want you to hold on to your seat because we are ready to take this a little bit higher. How many are going with me this evening? Let's talk, Houston. Let's talk. I have been honored to be the one who is going to introduce you to your host of Let's Talk Houston. I know that even though we meet with her on Friday evenings, every Friday evening, sometimes you just don't know who you're entertaining. Sometimes you may be entertaining angels unaware.
True.
How about that, Houston? So guess what? We're going to talk about it tonight. We're talking about Dr. J. Lynn Hicks.
Wow.
Are you ready to do this with me?
All right.
I believe they are. So we're going to go back into her life's history, her life's biography, and we're going to tell you a little bit about her. Now, we can tell you that she is definitely a doctor.
Okay.
She has achieved many great feats.
Wow.
And for that, we are immensely proud. I can tell you that she received her graduate degree her BA degree at Houston Christian University.
Wow.
And she majored in elementary education and Spanish.
Thank you.
Also at Houston Christian University, she received her master's of education simultaneously. And she also received her management certification. And then lastly, she is an EEDD, which is a doctorate of education.
Yes,
And she got her doctorate of education from the University of Houston. She got that in historical, social, and cultural foundations.
Wow.
Now, has this lady been busy? Yes, she has. But guess what? I'd like for her to share with you, with all of us, a little bit about her background and what she did at the universities. So can you share with us, Dr. J. Lynn Hicks, all that you accomplished as you matriculated through the college, your college tenure and your post-secondary tenure?
Okay, well, of course, we had to pray. I mean, it starts with prayer. When he said pray without ceasing, I noticed that my prayer life, it escalated when I, was going to college because, I was praying to get in, praying to endure, to get through. I did make some wonderful connections at both of those universities because, my mother, my grandparents, they taught me, be punctual, be on time, be appreciative, say please, say thank you, be humble. They emphasize stay humble,
Yes.
No matter how God takes you, I want you to remain humble. They would always emphasize that. And so, I these are beliefs I practice still to today, prayer. Pray about everything. Pray over everything. Pray through everything. Pray during everything. Pray before you take that job. Pray when you get on the job. Pray when you meet new people. Pray, play when you go to your room. Play when you're walking them down the hall. Just prayer, cover everything
Yes.
in prayer. And also, as you receive your elevation, and you begin to get promoted, these avenues and doors begin to open. Please remain humble,
And
because every
that's
good and perfect gift comes from the Lord.
absolutely, and that is absolutely wonderful, because I think you said something that a lot of people, in most instances, we just start out on our way. You get up and you say, okay, thank you, Jesus, and then you just get started with your day. You forget to invite him into everything that you're doing. And that is an awesome testimony that you were able to invite him into your educational tenure as you received your bachelor's. You invited him in as you went and pursued your master's.
Yes.
And then you invited him in as you continued with your doctoral degree.
Yes, Lord.
That is an awesome, awesome testimony. And I just pray that the students that you work with today, I pray that they are able to do the same thing. A lot of times they really do learn by example.
Yes.
And so the example that you place before them each and every day, that's the example that they see. And so a lot of times they follow those examples. So I commend you for praying through each and every endeavor.
Most definitely.
I really, really do. And so what has happened is your degrees have brought you full circle, because you just happen to be working in the field of education.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your work in the field of education at the current time.
At the current time, well, the good Lord, again, doors of opportunity. I found that, I hear people say your network is your net worth, etc., things like that. And I used to not believe that. But, I guess the God down through the years is revealing some things to me, because a lot of times in my life, I've been, in the right place and made connections with the right people. Like you're one of those type of people.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it's kind of like
Thank you.
he places people in my pathway through others. Like I met your sister.
Exactly.
At
That's
a
right.
whole nother event. I was at a restaurant. I want to say Steak 48, or it was a whole nother lady at a charter school was having a birthday party at a Steak 48. I want to say we were in Katy or Memorial. I don't remember. I think so. Yeah, out that way. And she invited us. Your sister was there. She invited us as guests who didn't know each other. And your sister and I got to talk, and we were sitting next to each other. And she kept telling me, because I told her, well, I'm getting ready to go on a job interview yet again. I was going to look, at your school over there at Bethel. And she kept telling me about her sister. We weren't talking about her sister. We were talking about something else, but she would go back to the sister. And you need to meet my sister.
That would be me. That's me.
That's you. And she kept telling me, you need to know my sister.
Oh, okay.
She kept saying, if you're going over that way, you make sure you get over there and you find my sister. And I said, okay, Lord. So after I conducted business or whatever have you, I gave you a call.
You did.
To let you know that I was here on the campus, and I'm not sure where your office is located, but your sister said I need to meet you. And you were like, okay, wonderful. Come on. Okay, so then, I was on one side of the campus. I had to drive, park on the other side, get out, walk. And I wasn't sure where I would find you, so I walked in. You enter in through the church house doors. And I remember I didn't know. I was, how you looking left, right? Well, where's the lady? I looked up there on the steps, and lo and behold, there were you were standing up there with your little petite self at the top of those stairs. I said, well, there's the queen. That's the queen. That's who she's talking about. Oh, you've got to meet her. She's wonderful. She does this. She does that. And I'm like, hey. And so through her, I met you.
That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct.
You have been a blessing. And then same thing, this last job I got. It's like I was at one birthday party for my grandson. And it's like, again, you know what? It's a thread. I just realized this. That was a party. Okay, I was at a kiddie birthday party. And it was a former lady when I used to be an administrator. She worked under me. She kept saying, you were the best administrator I ever had. And so she keeps in contact. So she was having a birthday party. I can't remember if it was 60 or 58 or 9. And she kept saying, I want you to come. You've got to come. It was the same pressure that your sister put on me.
The same pressure.
It was that same feeling. I'm making these connections, but it was like, you've got to do it. You've got to meet my sister. You've got to come to this party. Are you coming to this party? And I was like, okay, yes, I will come. So I left the kiddie birthday party. I told them I would be back. I was in Rose Sharon. I don't care where it is. I'll drive. So I was in Rose Sharon. I told them over there, okay, I'll be back. Hang tight. I was tired that day, but the Lord kept pushing me. It was like an urgency. You got to get to the party. She wants you at the party, but you need to be at the party. You know, you got opportunities waiting at the point. I'm like, okay, God, I don't know. So then I get in the car, I drive. She's in Missouri City, so it's about 30 minutes. I go to the party. Well, lo and behold, when I walk into the party yet again, HISD was in there. Stafford ISD was in there. Fort Bend ISD
Look at
was
God.
These people were just at the party.
Look at God. Now
And
you
so-
see what I'm talking about, Houston?
I mean,
Let's talk. Let's talk. Go ahead, Dr.
so I
Judy.
began to talk, interact, mingle. Not sure where the blessing lied. Just being friendly. And you know, sometimes when I'm tired, I just, you know, I'm the type of person I like to, I guess, sit back, chill, people watch. I'm content to just sit back and have my plate and just enjoy everybody just laughing and talking. That's what I say. That's where I'm content. I'm in my comfort zone when I can just relax. And so, lo and behold, somebody said out the blue, "We're waiting on you, Hicks." Really? I mean, I was.
We both looked around like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah, they said they were waiting on me. They were playing spades, or some of it at the table. I was, you know, I had my plate. Now you eating, and
You were enjoying the festivities.
I was.
Yes.
I was very content.
I
But
understand.
see, I had to get pushed a little bit out of the boat. I had to walk on the water a bit. I didn't know everybody at the table over there that was waiting on me. I had just mingle while I was eating. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, cool. But while I was playing, again, I was talking to Stafford ISD, Fort Bend ISD, the various people from the various. And out of this connection is what I'm trying to tell you, opportunities to work in the school district. Because I said, you know, you got to put it in the atmosphere. You know, we have not because we ask not. So you have to make mention, let people hear, I'm looking for something. Do you know of anything? Oh, yeah. Let me contact this. Let me see what's going on over here.
Well, I need to go to that next party with you. I guess. Hello. Let's talk, Houston.
You funny. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. That's so true.
That's
so
the
true.
networking I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And in the networking, that's when you make the collaborations, the connections, and you just don't know how it's going to end up. Like, I'm still thinking about your sister. I mean, do you understand? We had just met.
Like right then, that day.
Right then. And she kept talking about her sister.
And then when she called me, she kept talking about you.
I mean,
I was like, okay, well, I said, send her my way.
I know,
she
but
said, I did.
It was just,
I just want you to make sure. I said, I will be there. I can't wait.
It was just hilarious.
So she probably talked about you to me the same way she talked about me to you. So I was like, oh no, I got to meet her.
Yeah.
Let me make sure that I am available.
Yeah.
So I carved out some time on my day so that I could definitely meet the person that she was so hyped about. And I know that God doesn't make any mistakes. We, you know, our paths cross deliberately.
Yes.
And so, you know, for me, it was another eye-opening experience, but it was another networking experience. Yes. And who knew in that time, at that particular point in time when I initially met you, that, you know, we would be collaborating on so many other things.
Right.
And so for that, I am truly, truly grateful. I've learned so much from you. I'd like for you to share with us some of the challenges that you met, that you've met along the way in your tenure in education.
Well,
and I know the challenges are many, but I just share a couple of them.
This is year 36. I mean, I retired and I stayed. Oh, thank you. I'm saying I left.
That's something.
I left 2 years. I left in 2017. I returned in 2019. And I thought in my mind at the time, I was going to go out and find another career. But I didn't know how to do it. But I don't know, in my mind, okay, God, this is a fresh start. I can start with a clean slate somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so I would try to go find something to see if I could fit in. Mm-hmm. But every time I would go, I couldn't quite fit in.
God just brought you right back.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I mean, I tried.
Why are you looking over there?
I don't know. I tried to go to the bank, the credit union. It was something about me. It's been ingrained in my DNA. You know, when you work in education,
yes,
you work Monday through Friday.
Absolutely.
You're off on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Well, at the bank, they had a nerve to want me to work on Saturday. But my body, it was like a fight.
And God said, I don't think so.
It didn't go, but I tried.
You did.
Yeah. I went to one of the banks where I banked and applied, and they hired me. They were just like, okay, here, let the nice lady get a job. I mean, I tried. But I just couldn't seem to do it, y'all.
The nice lady got a job and just couldn't fit.
I couldn't fit. And then,
but you know what? I think that God places us in particular positions for a reason.
Right.
He puts you there at that particular point in time in that particular space so that you can do exactly what it is he wants you to do in life. And sometimes we try to deviate and we try to go in other directions and we think that we're interested in doing this and doing that. But sometimes he brings you right back to where he knows you fit.
Yes.
So we have to thank him for that.
We have to,
and thank you for following the roadmap that he gives you. Right. Because he's such a good God. He really does. And the thing that I love about him most is that he doesn't let you fail.
No.
He actually allows you to see anything that looks like failure as a stepping stone to the next level of success. That's God. That's nobody but God.
That is.
I tell you. So I know that your journey is, even though you're still presently working in the field of education, you ventured out in a lot of different things in the community. Right. I know that you've championed the cause for women.
Yes.
I know that you've mentored in several different regards. Yeah. I know that you've also authored books. Yes. I know that you have hosted this podcast for the last 4 years.
4 years.
And so I'm excited that for you to share some of that with us. Okay. Let's start with the causes that you've championed for women. I know that you've done a lot of shows with regard to a lot of different situations that women find themselves in. So tell me about some of those situations and how they've led to healing for the women whose lives you touch.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, the Lord has always placed on my heart a need to champion and advocate for the underdog. And so many times in my life, women would approach me, like say if I'm in a crowded room and I'm standing back over there in the corner, it'll be a woman that will approach me, and I mean, she'll be done up, she'll have weave and beautiful clothes and high heels, and she'll come over there and start talking. It'll be about something abusive or something like you wouldn't expect this woman to say, because she looks like everything is together. And the Lord was down through the years was revealing to me, it's a lot of people that are hurting. They don't really have somebody to talk to many times.
Absolutely.
And they don't trust people because the information is kind of embarrassing for some of them.
It is.
And it's painful, it's hurtful, it's harmful. And it's like he placed upon my heart that your podcast, the book, like the anthologies you do, this could be like a roadmap, a pathway, a beacon of hope or light for these people to share their stories and kind of purge. It's a cathartic process, a healing process to talk about domestic violence. Many women have, experienced domestic violence, abuse, many, emotional abuse. They've been talked to in a condescending way. They've been misunderstood. We've all been misunderstood.
And mistreated.
Yeah, like those church songs used to say.
Yes.
Been talking about lied up, cheated. I mean,
talked about mistreated, been abused, scorned, talked about
shows you,
judge your boy.
But what I was trying to say was, this stuff was heavy on my heart. I said, God, I like to help people. Sometimes when I call people and just to check on them, and they'll tell me I'm behind on my car note. If I had enough, I would give them some money. But I mean, we all got our own car. I mean,
yeah, we do.
No, but I'm saying, but if we have extra, I'm the type, I would try to help. I don't even know what the car note. It might not even been that much money,
right?
Because I didn't inquire,
right?
But I do take it to people I feel like can help them. But my point was that the books, the championing, the podcast, it was a platform, to spotlight small business owners, African American women predominantly. But anybody that can help the African American woman. It could be a male that might offer a service that can help. So I don't mind a male coming on interviewing because he might be providing something that can also, he might have books that can help the woman who's been abused, misused, downtrodden. Like I had one lady talked about how she wasn't physically abused, but the man was, I guess, constantly calling out her name, taking her money, just being a mean person. And it's a lot of people that are wounded soldiers, hurting, and you got to be healed. You got to pray. You got to reach your Bible. You got to fast. But sometimes you just need a little push, a little guidance, a little encouragement. I try to be positive, with my words, as I tell my students. I believe in using warm fuzzies and not cold pricklies.
Absolutely.
So I try to use. And one little boy the other day he said, that's a warm snuggly. I mean, I say warm fuzzy, but I said I like warm snuggly even better.
Absolutely.
Because you snuggle up with the words and they
Absolutely.
make you feel good.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
And so
I
that
believe
proves he's listening to you.
it really did.
It proves he's listening to
But
you.
when he said warm snuggly,
That's just, yeah, that's amazing.
that was better than the fuzzy.
Hello. Out of the mouth of babes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so that's one of the things that I really like most, is because it's not just about women who are in abusive situations, but we as minority women, sometimes we walk into situations where there's blatant discrimination.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times we don't know how to contend with that, because it kind of throws you off your game. It really does. Yeah. And so for a lot of women, because they have been discriminated against, you have to come to terms with it. First of all, you have to learn how to identify it.
Yes.
And then once they've learned how to identify it, then you have to know how to come to terms with it. And then you have to decide which steps you're to take next, because you don't want to keep yourself in a situation where that discrimination gets to be the norm. You really, really don't. And sometimes we need to know how to walk away. Yeah. And in a lot of instances we don't, because we don't always, everyone doesn't always go through the same types of situations. And so for you to champion the cause of women, that speaks volumes. Yes. And it helps so many women in the community, because just as you said, sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
Yes.
They need a listening ear and a listening heart.
Yes.
And I think that what happens is most people see that in you. And so they gravitate to you.
Yes.
They begin to talk to you because you listen. You listen and you give good practical advice. And so I think that for most women, it's needed. It's needed, and it's the norm. That's what they really, really need. Yeah. They need a new normalcy after you come out of situations that are traumatic. Yes. And of any kind of traumatic situation, you just really need to know how to continue your journey. So, for the women in the community that you definitely help, I thank you. Now, I know that a lot of your work with regard to helping women in the community has shown up in your books and your anthologies. So can you just talk to us about 2 or 3 of those that you think have been powerful tools in women's lives? Right.
Well, one of them would be that Overcomers Women of Faith, where you were a part of that. Let's give it up for Overcomers.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we were a really good group. Really good group.
Oh, yeah, y'all were some sweethearts. So Dr. Jacqueline Horton Cobbin called me one day. And she reached out and she kept saying, I want to work with you. You know how people say, I want to work with you. Yeah, okay. No problem. I don't have a problem working with you. But, I didn't follow up to say, when are you ready? What do you want to do? And she called back again and she said, I want to work with you. This is Dr. Cobbin.
In case you didn't hear me the first time, I said, I want to work with you.
Okay. And I said, okay, cool. I'm in agreement. What is it you want to do? So she started talking about a project, but she didn't know what to call it.
Okay.
So as she was talking, I was writing notes. She was talking about women, talking about this, that, and the other. And I was writing it. And I told her, it's like as I look at my notes, I see a thread as you're talking, Dr. Common. And I see overcoming. I see, triumphing, women through prayer, through faith, through. And
That's
then
powerful.
And then I started saying, I said, I got it, Dr. Common. And she said, what is it? I said, Overcomers, Women of Faith.
All right.
And she was like, yes. But I'm saying that was nothing. It's like the earth was without form and it was void.
Hello.
And then God,
like God just started creating some things. You know how God is.
Yeah, that's what he was doing through me. I'm like,
yes.
What do we call it? And there it was.
And so, you know what? That just proves that Let's Talk Houston should be the name of this show, because all she did was called you with an idea.
That's it.
You talked about it, and guess what? The idea was formed, and it came to fruition that December. Yes, we had the book written. There were many authors that contributed to the book. What was 25 of us?
It was
23.
It was about 20, 21.
21. Okay, and then you had one after that.
Yeah.
What was the book after Overcoming Women of Faith?
Well, she did Next Level Living,
okay,
business. She did that one. I was a part of it because she says that I'm basically like the founding member who came up with the idea. But she worked on that project, and I didn't really participate, but I supported You know, I had my hands on with
Absolutely,
y'all.
absolutely.
I had my hands on
Absolutely,
everything.
absolutely.
I was emailing, I was contacting, I was setting up meetings, I was setting up photo shoots.
Absolutely.
I was,
well, and you know what? That's because God gave you visionary status.
no,
And so he gave you and Dr. Cobbin visionary status. And because of that, these things are, they exist in people's lives. All of those ideas, all of those, the notions of next level living and overcoming.
Right.
That's because of the vision that he's placed in each one of you. Amen. So you definitely have been a visionary also in the community.
Amen.
You know, so you definitely have been an educator. You've been a visionary. You've authored several books. I mean, we got it going on. You've been a voice for the women. You champion their causes. And so all of that is that's just stuff that people, sometimes we don't put a finger on it. We don't say what it is, but that's what has been happening. Right. And so that's the reason that I think that, you know, we have to commend you for all the other things that you've done in the community. That's community service at its best, at its hilt. And so for me, I'm just thinking, wow, I need to be like her when I grow up. How about that? Let's talk, Houston. Yes. I mean, seriously, because that's how it starts. And sometimes the impression that you put on one person is what leads to another person's success. And so for that, you know, my hat is off to you. I commend you for pouring into the lives of other people who, you know, who haven't been able to activate. You know, their talents, their faith, they haven't been able to get that done. And so if they network with you and they tap into it, then they can get started on the same journey, and it will yield the same types of fruit. So that's the beautiful part of it. Now, also, I'd like for you to also share with me what types of challenges you've had with some of the books that you've authored. What kind of challenges did you meet?
The anthologies of the books.
The anthology. Well, both. Okay. Tell me about the books first, and then the anthologies.
Well, first of all, a lot of times it's hard to get started. Like when the earth was without form, the book is without form. I mean, it's like, you know, it's supposed to have some pages and some words on it, but how do we get that? How do we orchestrate it? How do we organize the information? It's kind of running all over in your head. Like, you know, you've experienced some things in life, but you never thought to organize it in a book that somebody could read. So that takes a different type of skill. So it's many things you face. You face writer's block. Absolutely. Being able to write, it's like everything gets in the way, gets in your mind. Your thoughts become cloudy. It's like then they might go to racing, but you got to like 1 minute they're cloudy and clogged up. The next thing they're running all over the place.
They just go.
You just got to find a quiet space. Again, you got to get up, spend time with God. You got to meditate on his word, read your word, stay in the word, and pray, and then seek God's guidance. How do I organize it? How do I put this book together? And wait and listen. Look for the answers when you meet people like Dr. Marva when you're at the grocery store. I mean, it'll be weird. He'll be like, well, did you see the way that T-shirt had those 4 blocks right there? That's the way you start your book. Start with 4 blocks. That's the intro. It's like, God, you're gonna speak through the blocks on somebody's seat. I mean, it'll be like a weird little odd occurrences that'll speak to you to give you a revelation on how to organize your information. Also, you got to find you a quiet place. You're gonna have to learn to steal away, you know, because people pull on you.
Absolutely, they
pull on your time.
They do.
You know, even when you need some me time, a lot of women don't know how to say, you know, I'm gonna have to say no to this event. I can't go to the I don't know. I can't go over Aunt Susie's house or the gala. Yeah. I can't go to everything that the family's going through right now because I need time to write. I have to have a quiet space.
Absolutely.
And I do apologize, but I've got to take this time for me because I have a project.
Absolutely.
I have deadlines. So you got to give yourself. You got to have set times, dates when you say, okay, you're aiming to finish it by this date. I'm aiming to finish the intro in 10 days. I'm aiming to finish chapter 1 in the next 30 days. I mean, it's kind of like, because if you don't, you'll drop it. It'll go on the back burner. And then, you know, anytime you work with like 4 anthologies, you're working with many different personalities, many different women.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like if you were a manager or an administrator in a school district or in any organization. you're trying to collaborate, and then you're trying to pull all these personalities together, and you're trying to line them up and point them all in the same direction. And I'm just making these examples of one lady likes black, one lady likes white, one lady likes a red carpet, one lady wants a gold carpet, one lady likes fish, one lady's allergic to fish, one lady don't want no meat, one lady want meat. I mean,
Thank you very much. I'm vegan. She's talking to me.
I like that. But I'm saying, but when you get ready to have an event, you got to satisfy and feed all these.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one lady wants to wear heels.
Take all of that in consideration.
One lady wants flats. One lady wants it on a Friday night. One lady wants it on a Saturday night. One lady don't want to write at all, even though they paid the money. And one lady, I mean,
hello.
No, yeah, one lady don't.
That's real. That's real talk.
Yeah,
that's real talk.
They paid it, but now they don't want to write. They don't know how to write.
That's real talk.
All of a sudden, they don't know how to put a sentence together. They don't feel they can do it anymore. They all of a sudden they become so. What am I trying to say? Doubtful of themselves. You start speaking sabotage.
That's true.
So then you got to speak healing. You got to speak wholeness. You got to encourage. You got to motivate.
That's right.
I failed to mention that I did get a school counselor certification at Sam Houston State University.
Right, that's my alma mater.
I don't know why. I mean to mention that sometime. I mean, it'll be on my mind, and then I don't put it. But I did go there after those.
But that makes sense because you're really a good counselor, and I think that when you're doing the anthologies and you're working with many different personalities, I think that you have to use some of those counseling tenets to walk people through their journey of what they're going to put together for the anthology itself. And so it just highlights the miraculousness of God, because He gives you all of these talents, all of these things. He pours it all into one person, and you are able to pull that out of people and come up with this anthology.
Oh, wow.
Go figure. Let's talk Houston. That's why we're talking to Dr. J. Lynn Hicks today, because there is a lot to talk about.
Wow.
So the anthology that speaks volumes, because you've gotten so many women to actually bear witness as to what their experience is, what they've gone through, and how God has transformed them into what He wants them to be. And that's a beautiful story.
And also I remember when I was working on my master's degree, one of the professors told me some people feel independent and other people feel dependent. Some people, you can give them a set of instructions, and they can go out in the field and go to their house and go sit under a tree and accomplish it right. And then when it's over and done, almost, they'll come and say, "Hey, what you think?" At the end of a thing, they feel independent.
Yes,
I told you, I talked with you on the phone, I typed it out, and I emailed you, and you said, "Okay, cool, I understand." Now you got others that feel dependent. They keep coming back. Dr. Hicks, I know you said to do the intro. I don't have my intro. How do I do the intro? How do you want the intro? I know you said 1,200 words, but does it have to be 1,200? And it's kind of like,
absolutely.
Well, can you give me an example of how? And then I got to type and make up something, which I'm working full time, which I got a family, which I got. So it's time consuming. Yeah, and it gets tedious.
So you got to juggle. You
got to
juggle all those things, all those tasks.
The juggle is real.
Yeah, the juggle is real.
So then you put, then somebody's going to call for the next one. I don't know how to do the chapter 1. Tell me how to do it. Show me how to do it. How many points? How many Roman numerals? How many?
Absolutely.
Okay, again, I got to sit back. But thank God I got it.
It's like you're teaching an English class. My mother was an English teacher. So was I. It's like you're teaching an English class. You giving them that outline, and that's what they have to follow. That's what they need, because a lot of times people don't get that. And
but I gave them the outline.
You gave them the outline,
but they still call it.
Hello, but the vision. Sometimes they don't get the vision right away. You can give them the outline, they don't get the vision right away, but you can pull it out of them.
Right.
Look at God.
Amen.
Hello. Let's talk Houston. I'm just saying.
Me every time you say that. Let's talk Houston.
I mean, because that's really what happens. That's a real journey. That's actually the path that you actually follow in order to complete a writing assignment.
Yes.
Yes. And I've always been a writer of sorts, but I like writing what I like to write.
Yeah.
And so when somebody gives you a different set of dynamics,
that's true.
You're like, wait a minute, hold on.
You're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, it's not that it's not your comfort zone. It's just like, but because you can't visualize what they're visualizing in their head. So they give you a different set of instructions, and you're like, okay, let me make sure I understand the vision. But everybody doesn't do that. Right. When you worked in education, you automatically get it, but everybody doesn't do that. And so that's the reason that, in the position that I'm in now, when somebody says, "Well, Dr. Hill, I need you to do such and such and such and such and blah blah blah," like my pastor, he's always asked me to do book lists for this, books for that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, okay, now I got to pin him down to find out exactly what his vision is, so that I can put that on paper and help him to see it, and then he'll say, "You did a good job." It wasn't easy because you really have to understand.
So you got to pin him down.
Yeah, you have to pin him down. You have to pin him down.
Because he's always walking. And
he's always busy conversing. Do it kind of like you. I mean, yeah, very, very, very similar. And so you just have to know when, get whatever little bit you can get, go for it, put it down, and then you come back. I need this for the end. Okay, well, let me do this. Okay, I got it. But you have to make sure that you understand the task, and a lot of times people don't understand the task. Right. So for that and for the amount of clock hours you actually put into writing an anthology and helping others to write the anthology, you can't put a price on it.
That was a lot.
Invaluable, invaluable, absolutely, and phenomenal. Amen. So let's talk Houston. We're talking about a phenomenal woman right here today in this place right now. I'm excited about all that she has given to the community. Now I know you've had 15 years in Aldine ISD, 14 years in Houston ISD, 2 years in Fort Bend ISD, and several years in the charter school system. My hat is off to you because you truly have followed a roadmap that only God can give you.
My Lord.
No, seriously. Because you've gone, that's 3 districts and charter schools. They don't have districts, so to speak, but that's technically
they have contracts with districts.
Yeah, they have contracts with, so that's commendable. That is absolutely commendable. Wow. Now, how is it that you managed to juggle all of these ideas and things and community work? How is it that you're able to juggle all of that and still be a mother, grandmother, wife, child of God? Just tell me what podcast host. Tell me, tell me how you're able to juggle all of that. What does God give you? What hat does He place on your head for you to be able to do all these things?
The simple answer to that.
Let's talk, Houston.
The short answer to it. Put on the mind of Christ.
Put on the mind of Christ.
I can't do it in my own strength.
Absolutely.
I can't do it with my mind.
Absolutely.
My mind is too small. It's too finite.
Absolutely.
My mind wants to lay down, as I tell the kids, on my Humpty Dumpty, because it's comfortable there.
Right.
It's comfortable being in the bed. It's comfortable being behind the 4 walls. It's comfortable wrapping up in a comforter. Like my little boy said, it's comfortable being in a warm snuggly.
A warm snuggly is comfortable.
Who would want to get out of a warm snuggly?
Nobody.
I know.
Nobody. We like the snuggly. That's right.
I know.
Yes.
And I'm saying it can be a hindrance sometimes because the comfort zone and the warm snuggly feeling, if you allow it to,
I know
it can entrap you.
Yes, it can entrap you. You're right.
You know what it'll say?
You're right.
You don't need that bachelor's degree. Go on, lay down.
Go on and go to sleep, girl. Yeah, get you another 15 minutes.
You know your mama ain't Gladys love you. They'll take care of you. They'll make you a peach cobbler and some.
You think
they'll make you some dressing for things. You don't need that. You don't need that master's degree.
Yeah.
Look at your friends. None of them are getting masters. They out having a good time. They party. You up here studying all the time. You don't get to go out. Look at what everybody else is doing. This is the voice of the enemy. You don't need no doctorate degree. What do you need a doctorate degree
for?
Then it'll be a strange stray bird. A person will fly into your life out the blue. And you haven't seen these people in years. I don't know why you're getting a doctorate. I remember I was working on my time, but they don't pay you for them in the district.
Yes,
but
they do. They
don't
levels, on certain levels.
Yes, but back then they wouldn't even pay it. I don't think $5.
Right.
But I mean, because she was in HISD.
$250.
Yeah, you can have a doctor, but they didn't say, oh, she has a doctorate.
Right.
Let's give her these many thousands more.
Mm-hmm.
No, They don't really compensate, but you know, I believe that education was priceless.
Absolutely.
And it's also, I'm breaking generational curses.
Absolutely.
I don't come from a family that had a lot of bachelor's, master's, and
Absolutely.
doctorate.
Absolutely.
And then even some of my younger family members would tell me, you know, you're smart, you're doing stuff. Nobody in our family, we don't have doctorates. I mean, a lot of them know.
Yeah.
It might be a distant cousin over there, but I'm
Mhm.
saying the ones I'm around, I mean, they all had jobs,
Right,
they kept jobs,
right,
they had
right,
homes.
right.
But I'm saying they weren't like, oh, let's go get our masters.
So you're an overachiever.
You could say that. I mean,
let's talk Houston.
Look here, the enemy owed me. My mama didn't get her bachelor's. Come on now.
No,
Granny didn't have her
absolutely,
master's. Thank
absolutely,
you. My aunt over here, she didn't have hers doctorate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go back.
Mhm, mhm.
Reparations.
But God will give you, God will give you someone
Yes.
who will make you understand exactly what he wants you to
Right.
do in life,
Yes.
and he will help you along the way.
He
So
will.
thank God for that. Thank God for the
He's
vision.
good.
Yes, and for the roadmap to get you there.
Thank you for the roadmap.
Yes, yes. But I asked you that question because sometimes, you know, when you get up, because you know, when I get up in the morning, I'll go ahead and I'll pray my way in,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm thinking, you know,
Wow.
Marva doesn't want to do that today.
Yes, I
You
feel
know,
that way.
she does not. You know, my shoes. I don't even know which shoes to wear because I don't want to do.
Your feet just don't even want to go.
Don't want to put in my foot in the shoe.
You want to put on a warm snuggly.
I want to put a warm snuggly on and stay like that all day.
And put one on your foot
and
too.
put one on, and stay just like that.
Just like that.
You know, but I guess I struggle with when God turns on that little button for get up and get out of here.
Yes. He has to turn my buttons on all the time.
Go get it.
And I just go right on that thing.
And isn't he awesome? He keeps turning that on when he knows that the devil is over here talking.
Yes.
Talking, Houston.
Sometimes I amaze myself.
Yes.
Like I know the way I just felt. It was inside of me. It was all over me.
Overwhelming.
I wanted to be in the cave of warm snugglies. I wanted to be there. I felt myself.
That's right.
It was like I had to almost come out swinging to get up out of that mentality. To get in there
amazing.
And get ready and go. And then when I get to church, after I'd be so happy.
You like,
joyful.
Woo,
yeah.
Oh,
I'm so glad I came.
Yeah. I'm so glad to see you.
But why did I want to be?
Wow.
I mean, what? They're opposite.
Mm-hmm. They're totally opposite.
Yeah, like you didn't want to get up and
That's
come.
right.
You
That's
wanted
right.
to be in your warm snuggie.
Wanted to be in the
Then
warm
once
snuggie.
you get over there, you're so happy you did come.
That's right.
So that shows me the mind games that the enemy plays.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's trying to convince me.
He's trying to convince you. He's trying, and you know what? And he does it all the time.
I know.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, you're right. He does.
I don't think
it's
so.
A pattern.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern every single day.
Wow.
But you fight the power and you press on. You press on toward the calling of the high mark.
My God.
In Jesus Christ. And that's how you know that it's God-given.
It is.
It's God-given. Because I mean, I can imagine, you know, I was listening to a story on the way over here about the music that they have under Pierce Elevated to try to drive the homeless people out from under there. They have music, they play classical music, they play all kinds of music loud so that it can drive them out of the, and not make it comfortable for them to be under Pierce. They stay anyway. They stay anyway.
They've seen worse.
Yes, but exactly.
And they've been through
well,
worse.
no, they have. They really have, because you know there have been a lot of times where they will go under the bridges where the people sleep, and they'll burn their belongings and stuff like that to just try to run them out of there because they don't want them there. And they try to run them off, but of course they don't have anywhere to go. So now they're talking about building that homeless shelter. But I think about the many people who are there who fell victim to, I don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
And then it became a lifestyle. I don't want to do that ever. I don't want to do this.
You make a connection there.
You think?
Wow. They kept saying
I didn't want, and they didn't.
You're right, they did not.
Yes, but God can change that in the twinkling of an eye. He can change that. So I'm elated that God has pressed on and helped us to understand exactly what it is we need to do to make our lives fruitful. And I'm excited about the fact that we have allowed ourselves to be instruments of his use. So that we can spread that same attitude and energy to people who really, really need it. And we can help them to discover how great they can be. and how successful they can be in Christ. That to me says it speaks volumes. So, with that said, I wanted to stop, and I definitely wanted to commend you on what you've done here in the community.
Thank you
And
so
so
much.
I'd like to present this to you.
Wow.
This is
Beautifully framed.
something from you for you.
Wow.
It says a certificate of recognition in service to the community, proudly presented to Dr. Judith L. Hicks
Thank you.
in appreciation of your outstanding dedication, compassion, and advocacy in serving our community. Your selfless commitment to uplifting others and improving the quality of life for all citizens stands as an inspiring example of leadership and humanity.
Wow.
So I'd like to present this to you. I wanted you to have some kind of a token of appreciation from people who may or may not get what it is you do and how much of an impact you made. And notice I got you a pretty little picture right there.
Oh wow! Wait a minute.
Yes.
I just see.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Up there in the corner.
Yes, ma'am, I do. And that is presented on my behalf, Executive Director of Bethel's Place Empowerment Center. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven.
This is beautiful.
So I wanted
I'm so touched by this.
I wanted you to have that because I just feel like you are to be commended. Wow. And every Friday when you get on Let's Talk Houston, and I told you, Houston, we were going to talk, didn't I?
Yeah.
I want you to remember the impact that you're making on people that you don't even know. You. And God has yet for you to meet them. But for that, I wanted to say thank you for all that you do in service to the community. And you just know that God sees your efforts and he knows exactly what it is you're doing.
Oh, I kept saying something. You've lost connection.
Okay, that's okay. Click back on. Let's see if we can get there.
Your browser has lost connection with your camera. Make sure you have the right camera.
Okay.
I think what happened is.
Okay.
No, I don't know what to do.
Click on the three dots and see what it tells you.
That has never happened in my life. Remove.
Yeah,
okay. But
there you go.
Oh, is this the camera?
Click on the okay.
Oh, look.
Okay. Oh, it's looking that way. Can you reverse it? Click.
Oh wow. I don't know.
Okay.
I think they can still hear us, right?
I think so. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I know they can still hear us. Then the screen flash, look.
But you know what? The devil always tries to get into what you're doing. And we just cannot let him have the stop camera. I don't want to stop it. I want it to go.
So I got the camera on right here.
Let's see.